We'll leave this place and collect more power. And there we can regroup and try again.
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball!
Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Back in action. This game is hype, Ben.
All right,
pumped.
sell me on it. There have been a lot of Dragon Ball games.
All right.
Not very many of them are good.
Yes. So this is the original Budokai team making this
Sold.
game, right?
Done. Out of the gate, you got me.
So the best part about this is, you play all these Dragon Ball games. It's 90% of the time, it's the same story.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, you know?
Only so many times you can kill Cell.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can kill Cell. Well said. So Xenoverse is doing something new. You create your character, and you're going back, and the timeline has been altered. So you're going back and you're trying to fix the timeline. They didn't really say how it is altered to begin with, but you create your character, you go back, and the part I played was the Ginyu Force body swap, and it was so confusing.
Good part.
Ginyu swaps with Vegeta, who then swaps with Goku, so all three of them are in different bodies. It's just chaotic. Trunks is like, I don't know what is happening right now. He's freaking out. You go back, you fight him.
As somebody who's experienced these stories so many times, who is very familiar with Dragon Ball, and that stuff is less exciting on the 10th go-around, just completely being like, no, we're going to break Dragon Ball is super fun to me.
It's so playful.
That's cool, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So I asked him, because you can create a character of Frieza's race, who in Dragon Ball lore has never been named, this race.
I was going to say, I don't know the name of that race.
They've never been named, and they went to the highest echelon of they went to the highest of the company. There's Toei, right? And wouldn't let them name the race. They were not allowed. So they went to like fan sites, and they saw some people called them frost demons. So there's just all this dialogue, during the fights, there's so much dialogue going on when you get hit, and there'll be taunts and stuff, so it'll be like, oh, frost demon. So I just thought that was cool. As for the fighting, so what I really liked was that the story campaign was separate from the multiplayer quests, because this is a big online game. There's 200 players in this Toki Toki city, it's called. And the city is broken up into 3 areas. You have the single-player area, you have the shops, which I'm always a fan of. Towns and shops, my favorite. You can customize your character, you level up, you get skill points, different clothes, whatever, items. And then there's the multiplayer area, where there's 50 multiplayer quests, and there's also like an arena where there's 1-on-1 ranked, and then up to 3-on-3 unranked. So I really like that, because the story is not compromised. It felt so great. There's cutscenes during the fights. There's a ton of playable characters, the most ever. There's all these finishing moves. And it's fast-paced. It's out of control. You have 6 players on at the same time. I don't know if you played the last Dragon Ball game, Battle of Z? Did you play that one?
No, I really fell off after Budokai 3.
Okay. Well, Battle of Z, the teleport mechanic was just so broken. You would launch someone, teleport, launch them, teleport, launch them.
Yeah, that's actually a question I was going to bring up. One of the biggest problems for me, as somebody who really enjoys fighting games, is some of these anime licensed games. The fighting is just either broken or it's not that complex. It's just less interesting. And something that I really like about Persona 4 Arena is they took this non-fighting game property, had a really renowned fighting game studio work on it, and just made a super good fighting game.
Yeah.
So how does the combat feel in this?
So this is not going to be a Street Fighter 4 or a Guilty Gear or Mortal Kombat, even some technical showcase. It is. I do not want to say the word shallow, because that is such an insult, and this game is not. But there are not a lot of combos. It's more about the pace. It's about keeping your opponent on the defensive. Nailing those vanish moves is actually really hard, and it takes stamina this time around. Battle of Z, it didn't. So it's about managing your stamina gauge and your Kai energy. So the special moves will do a lot of damage, but they take away your energy. Doing the vanish moves also will take away a lot of stamina, and countering those takes away a lot. So it's about knowing when to pull those off is where the strategy comes in.
Do you think that will remain interesting, for hours? Is that something you could see yourself sinking some time into?
As a Dragon Ball fan, absolutely.
Right.
If you are not a Dragon Ball fan, I can't really speak for you, but I don't know if there would be enough there for you.
So it seems like one of the biggest things is the making your own character, because you haven't been able to do that in a Dragon Ball game before. Yeah. How does that feel? Is it sort of just like, okay, you can take moves from Goku's moveset and Krillin's moveset and kind of mash them together? Or is it more involved than that? What's that process like?
You can be male, female. There's a ton of options. You can be 5 races. You can be the Buu race, the Frieza race, Saiyan, human, or Namekian.
I love that it's not just Saiyan or human.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, and then 20 voices, but then you can also add effects to the voices. So there's a ton.
Nice.
You can make them sound crazy. And then you can get an instructor. You can have Goku be like your mentor and your teacher. And then by training with him, you'll learn his moves, Kamehamehas.
Can Vegeta be my teacher?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have to play this game.
So, and then you can get the Dragon Balls. They didn't really say how to get them, but you can gather the Dragon Balls. And I thought it was really clever. By getting them, you get a wish. And the wishes can be respec your talent tree and your experience, which is really cool. And then you can wish for more money, or wish for experience, or wish for certain skills.
One of my favorite things that games can do is when they contextualize things that are normally just abstract.
Yeah.
In a lot of games, when you respec a character, you just go up to a person, a menu pops up, and it's like, okay, I guess I'll do this.
Yeah.
But it makes sense in the world of Dragon Ball. You get the wish if you get all 7 Dragon Balls.
I have regrets. I put too many points in magic.
It just makes the game easier to get into, and it sounds like such a simple thing, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So, cool.
So it seemed really fun. I mean, the combat is crazy. You can launch people super far, and like L2 is boost towards them. So people are just flying all over the place, and
cool.
The story was playful. And
this sounds like a game, Michael Huber, that I would love to stream with you and just kind of geek out over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't wait. We're going to do it when it comes out, guaranteed.
Awesome. Well,
Put
thanks
it in the books.
for dropping some Xenoverse knowledge. Also, I just like saying that. Xenoverse.
Yeah. I think of Xenomorph.
Right.
But Xenoverse. So, is there anything else? I think that was it. Yeah. Cool.
Nice. Thank you.
Yep.
It's ready! Thanks.